So we're fishing a little indention up the river on Lake Guntersville, and just a cut in kind of off the main channel that's got, I mean, you can see it's got some good matted grass in here, a lot of hydrilla, and then it's, you know, it's got some blown in stuff up on the edge, and it makes a real hard line down through here. We're just gonna flip around and flip down this hard line. It's like 5 or 6 foot off the edge, so it's got good depth on it, and you know, they can come straight off the main river right there and pull up under these mats to feed. I tend to stay close to that main river most of the time, just because you know there's always fish there. Oh, there's a good one. Don't you just love it? Look at that. Got more grass than we do fish, but that's still a good one. Good old salad bass right there. Man, that was fun. Let me show y'all what we're dealing with here. Just a whole bunch of grass, man. This is kind of, you know, what worked this time. It's kind of a mix of everything. It's a lot of blown in grass, and it kind of just blows in here and makes a real good hard edge. I think we're gonna try to clean this boat off a little bit and may get in there and try to flip another one up. Or we may just leave it, because hopefully we'll get another one and it's just all gonna happen again, you know what I mean? One of the key things is figuring out where exactly those fish are in the mat, and it can change throughout the day as the sun gets higher. You know, it's still decently early in the day, and that fish was further out towards the edge. I usually like to start in the mornings on the edge. Sometimes they'll stay on the edge all day, or sometimes they'll be up in it first thing in the morning. It's all about keeping your bait, you know, in high percentage areas. These hard lines like this, you know, where you have that thick vegetation on the top, just makes a perfect cover for them. You know, lower light, the bait fish and stuff can't see as well, and they want to be protected from that sun as well, so they'll pull up in there. Everything that they feed on and they eat is up under these mats as well. That last fish hit it, you know, as soon as it went in. I think it may have popped it one time. So he was pretty aggressive. And it can also be the complete opposite of that. You have to sit in there and wiggle it around 3 or 4 times, bring it up and down 3 or 4 times till you finally get that reaction bite out of them. And if you know, go through and you catch 3 or 4 just real quick, as soon as it goes through the mat, then you know you can go through that area pretty quick and cover a lot of water. A lot of times when they're real aggressive, real active, I'll throw one with some bigger claws on it that make a lot more action. For instance, like the spicy beaver that I've been, you know, dropping around this morning. But if they're in there being lethargic or being slow to the bite, you know, sometimes you'll go with something subtler, just like a beaver type bait that doesn't have a lot of motion when it goes in. It just kind of glides down in the mat. Kind of zipped across the cove and got out closer to the mouth of this little indention off the main river, and it's got some deeper grass, and it's not as choked out. You know, it kind of has a little bit of an edge. It's got a canopy. It's worth checking out. Oh man, had a bite right there. See if we can get a bite in here. He bit one of my pinchers off. But as I was saying, you know, it's not textbook exactly, you know, perfect type of grass that you would flip, but sometimes that can be the most special areas, you know, because it keeps a lot of other people from wanting to fish it just because it doesn't look, you know, beautiful, but then a lot of it's dead too. That's one of the biggest keys, whether you're flipping, frogging, anywhere around matted vegetation. If you hear that, you know, kind of, it's like, and they're just sucking on those mats and eating stuff off of them, that's always a telltale sign that you're in a good area when you hear those brim on the mats. That might be a big one. Oh yeah. Look at that one right there. That's what you come to Lake Guntersville for and flip in some mats, just like that. Golly, like I was saying, man, just it doesn't look perfect, but sometimes those can be the best areas. And we just had one little one. It could have been a decent one, but felt little, and then 2 or 3 flips later, hook into that hog right there. It seems like the majority of the time, those bigger fish, they bite it and they don't move. They just hit it and suck it in. And you have to be very careful with that, because you can lose and miss a lot of fish, because you may think, you know, oh, well, it didn't go through the mat, or oh, it's hung on a piece of grass down there because it's not moving. So you just have to be, you know, very cautious and pay a lot of attention to that when you feel something that feels just a little bit off, because that could be, you know, a great big fish like that. One of the biggest keys when you're, you know, flipping or punching heavy cover is the setup that you're using. I love a 7.6 to 7.10 heavy action rod. Extra heavy, somewhere in that range. This is the Abu Veracity 710. Love to pair it with, you know, an 8 to 1 gear ratio. That way you can get those fish out of that grass quick. The line is super important as well. And I throw 50-pound silent flip. It's produced by Cortland. It's amazing. It goes in so quiet. It's super strong. Just flipping spicy beaver still with the bigger crawls on it. That way you got a lot of action when it goes through. And just a tungsten Guntersville tackle and outdoor, 1.5 ounce weight, Texas rig with a 4/0 trocar hook. You know, that's my setup for most punching fish. Good Lord. Oh, look at that one right there. Another just big old grass pig. Oh, look at that chunker. Man, oh man, that's fun. Always a good day when the deck of your boat looks like that. You know you've had some fun. Just big, chunky fish, man. Been living up in the grass. Dark complexion. I mean, she's just beautiful.